Hello everyone and welcome to another Hallucies review. Today I am reviewing Word Fluxx. This is one of the latest Flux games published by Looney Labs. I'd like to thank them for sending a copy for review. And this is a great, fun new version of Word Fluxx. Up there with one of my favorites. Reminds me a lot of one of my other favorites, Math Fluxx. I'll talk about some of the similarities and one of the reasons why I like these versions of Fluxx. But that being said, if you're not familiar with Fluxx, I will be posting some links to previous Fluxx reviews in the description of this video. There is a lot of different versions of Fluxx, but in general, it is a quick, easy game of drawing cards and playing cards. Lots of change, lots of things change from rules to the goal on how to win the game. And so I'm going to go ahead and open up Word Fluxx, show you some of the cards in here, and talk about why I like this version of Fluxx, and really very, very similar with these two. So I'm going to kind of reference those as well as I talk about this new Word Fluxx. As it reminds you here, this is 1 to 6 players, so there is a solo mode that you can play with this. In general, they say 10 to 30 minutes, which I think is actually works very well for this Fluxx here. So go ahead and open up. I love the graphic design of the cover here. Rules are always pretty straightforward. They got this down to an art since they've done so many of them. But it explains all the different cards very well as the solo mode and things like that. So, great rule set here. Let's go ahead and bring this up here, take a little bit closer look while we have this. And yeah, so I'll give you a quick look. This is just some of the Fluxx versions that they have available. There are so many. They have many other games as well, including the Pyramid Arcade. Lots of fun games by Looney Labs. So let's go ahead and show you some of the cards in this set here. Of course, you got your basic rules. This is always going to stay out. Basically, draw a card and play a card. This version has the meta rule card here. Basically, meta rules are something that are optional that you can consider playing with. In the general game, you play until someone has completed the current goal of the game. And basically what this does, the keep going meta rule, if chosen, you can put it up here to remind everyone, but basically you are going to continue the game after someone has completed the goal. And you keep playing. You can keep playing until someone gets 2 goals. You can keep playing until a certain time is up or the pizza arrives or whatever it may be. And whoever has the most goal cards at that time wins the game. So a fun little variation that you can do, and there's a card for that. Now I have, I believe, shuffled this since last time we've played, so there's going to be I think most of them are shuffled in here pretty good, but we'll go ahead and show you some of the cards. So in general, what you're going to do is you're going to draw a card and play a card. Some of those cards are going to change the rules. So this one here is a draw 5. So it'd basically go over the draw 1 of the basic rules and modify that. So now we're going to be drawing a bunch of cards. There's rules that will, again, make you play more cards than one. This one here is kind of nice. It is a word bonus. So it's a free action once during your turn. If you can make a 3-letter word, 3 or more letter word with your keepers, you may draw a card. I like that. One of my favorite kind of new rules in Word Fluxx to play off of the goal of Word Fluxx here. Most of the goals are going to center around making words, which is awesome. And that's one of the things I like about Word Fluxx and Math Fluxx is that the goals are, many of them are a little more generic, so it's not specific to, so like for example, this here in, it's showing mom as an example, but palindrome, any 3 or more letter palindrome, and it explains palindrome is a word or phrase that is spelled the same reading back, forwards, or backwards, such as pip, race car. So, again, an example. So in a lot of the other Fluxx games, right, the keeper cards, here's some example keeper cards. The keeper cards in other games are specific items, and usually the goals are, hey, you need to have some sort of combination of those keeper cards in front of you. What I really like about Word Fluxx and Math Fluxx is the fact that a lot of those goals keep it more fluid. So again, this is very specific. You're looking for a palindrome. This one here rhymes. So any group of letters that can be used to create 2 words that rhyme. So draw and paw, for example. So it gives a lot more freedom with the keeper cards. And so it just opens up the game a lot more, I think. And it can also keep the game keep it from dragging on, if you will, or going longer, because you have more more options available to you in how you complete these goals, given the different keeper cards you have. So that's the one thing I really like about Word Fluxx and Math Fluxx is these goal cards are more generic, so that you can complete each of these goal cards with varying amounts of keeper cards, which are in the Word Fluxx are letters. So some more examples, find some more here. We have the silent letter, any word that contains a silent letter. A pair of 2-letter words, any two-letter words. So here you go, have all the different keepers in there. Some more rules, current location, any standard US letter code for the country, state, or province where you are currently located. Changes based on where you are playing the game. So cool. Theme of the game, Flux. So here again is a more specific one, goal that would be more like most of the goals in the other Fluxx games, where you need to have the F, L, U, and X to succeed that. To meet that, be victorious. So you got the letters. Again, the graphic design on these are great, right? The letters, they look great. It's just on the paper. You got a little blocking there, the shading. I think it's great. There are action cards in here that change things up. Trade hands, for example. Draw 2 and use them. Here's a 3-letter acronym, 5 vowels, and Y can replace E or I. So just some great thematic goals. I win. So, and you can use the words to more than once, like the keeper cards if you have those. So you can have Roman numerals, any 3 of the following. Here's a wild card, counts as any single letter. So I like that they included this as far as getting back to like Scrabble and things like that, where you have kind of the blank or the wilds. very powerful keeper card to help you in this. Get to draw some extra cards. 4-letter noun, any noun that uses 4 or more letters. You got 4 or more letters verb. So just really fun thematic game here where, again, with any of these Fluxx games, you're going to have some luck of the draw, but it's, you know, can be a little bit, take that at times. This one, you know, this one here, for example, the eraser, discard 2 keepers from the table. These may be from 2 different players or the same. So it's not a huge take that element. Like that's one of the few cards there that will do that. One of the other elements to this that's not a direct take that, right? But, you know, you have a goal out. People are working towards that goal perhaps. And then, of course, someone plays another goal that's going to change how the current victory conditions. That may mess you up, right? So, but in generic, just a great version of Fluxx. And I love the thematic, educational versions here that have just a lot more flexibility to them. I like the flexibility just for the gameplay purposes. It works very well thematically. It helps keep it, I think, in a good, you know, timing as far as game completions can happen much quicker with the goals and the letters as they are. But again, if you want to play a longer game, you can use the meta rule and just kind of keep the flow of the game, so you don't have to even reset up, but you just keep going. You redraw, you complete that, you're gonna keep the goal card, discard any of the keeper cards that allowed you to score that goal into the discard, and you just keep rolling with it. Another great thing with Fluxx they talk about in the rules, and this is for pretty much all of them as well, like the jumping in and out. Like, if someone needs to leave, it's not going to impact the game very much. They just kind of discard their whole hand into the discard. Someone comes, give them some starting cards, and continue with the game. So it's just, I like the continuation of these educational versions of Fluxx, and I really, really like these two. Probably some of my favorites. Again, Math Fluxx, just a quick plug for that one. Very similar in that a lot of the goals, again, the keeper cards are numbers, and some of the goals, yes, call for specific numbers, but others, you know, make an equation with the numbers that do this, and X, Y, you know, meet the requirements for that. So that is Word Fluxx, another fantastic Fluxx version. Again, these two, top of my list. Again, there's also fun, you know, Jumanji and kind of the sci-fi or fantasy and zombie Fluxx. There's just so many different versions out there, but I keep coming back to now these two as really some of my favorites. So thanks for watching this video. Word Fluxx, fantastic new version of Fluxx, and that is how Lou sees it.